Dave Sears, the former Navy SEAL Team 6 commander. Dave, if planes can't take off and we're still looking at leaving by the 31st, a good many of those folks are never going to leave, are they?
No, they're not. Absolutely not. So what you just said is some of those conditions have to change to get people out. So you have to extend the timeline, not a timeline anymore, make it conditions-based. The Taliban has not upheld their word of safe passage for people and orderly passage. Planes are coming under fire. So now we should feel no obligation whatsoever, if we ever felt any. Reestablish other airheads in Bagram and different places to have other avenues. Right now you have a single choke point, the worst possible strategic and tactical mistake you could make.
I'm just wondering if the Taliban can control this now. If ISISK, whatever you make of this group, and you probably are more familiar than I am, it's revealing these, fissions, these fractures in control of Afghanistan. What do you make of it?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Neil. The Taliban can't control ISIS-K. They're doing as much as they can to, never mind AQ. They have so many different fighting factions and warlords and different groups, and especially in this urban environment, it becomes a real nightmare to secure that and find out who the people are, where they're coming from, how do they sift through the crowds. All the refugees and everybody coming from other cities into Kabul exacerbates it as well. So ISIS-K is able to maneuver between them. I don't think that they can secure it, and I don't think that they ever could guarantee safe passage. So we need to be proactive and start establishing secure routes for people to get out.
I'm just worried, Dave, about the safety of the 5,200 or so soldiers we have within the Kabul airport compound, to say nothing of those waiting on the tarmac for flights to leave. And as I said, best intelligence we have is that they're not leaving, understandably, in this environment. So play that out for me.
So this is something that's relatively new. I've never heard of. Military personnel, soldiers, our job is to protect civilians or go get them. And we are willing to take that risk and incur casualties. So when you make it a simple single mission of every single U.S. citizen will come out, and then we will do our best to get others out, SIVs and people who worked with us. But when you make that the singular mission, the American soldier or the troop on the ground is more than willing and accepts that risk to go get U.S. civilians or people that are there in danger.
So we know that we're winding down, and we were winding down before this attack to the tune of about a few hundred troops a day. Again, Dave, this is the best intelligence I have. Yours might be better. So that continues in this environment. That is, again, if you could take off and leave. So they're kind of frozen in place, or they're having a devil of a time just getting themselves out, let alone others out. That could be a very tenuous next few days.
It is. So what this administration has done is essentially said, we're taking most of our elements, we're taking a lot of our elements of national power off the table to accomplish the mission. They have not said the mission is to get everybody out. They've said we're going to go diplomatically and maybe people will get out. They've taken the military piece as an element of national power off the table for getting people out. I know from sources and guys that I'm contacted with, there are U.S. passport holders in Mazar Sharif. There's passport holders in Kandahar. They're all over the country. You make the mission, get every single U.S. citizen out, and then what follows is military, diplomatic, economic, and all those elements of national power to accomplish that singular mission.
What's going to happen to all those thousands of Afghan nationals, either interpreters and others who work closely with our own military and the Afghan government, and now can't get out? What is their fate?
Unfortunately, I think the fate of Afghanistan is extended civil war. Afghanistan is a new populace from when the Taliban lost power. You have people that are educated. You have people that are used to a lot of some Western sort of niceties, to put it mildly, like power and running water, at least in some of the major cities. these people aren't just going to roll over automatically. You see them kind of already still waving Afghan flags and things like that. The Taliban's going to crack down, but you're going to have a resistance come up. You still have a small piece of resistance in the Panjshir Valley, and that can grow and expand. So we'll see. I think it's going to be very ugly civil war for a while there.
You know, Dave, I know you were very kind enough to stay on with us.